This video is going to show the formation of a cold front and some of the characteristics of what a cold front looks like. So cold fronts are different to warm fronts, and they tend to bring much heavier rain showers and thicker clouds. So warm fronts, we had sort of some drizzle, some steady rain, whereas cold fronts bring much thicker clouds and much heavier rain showers. So this time we're going to start with our cold air mass on the left, and it's our cold air mass that catches up with our warm air mass. So before, with the warm front, we had the warm air mass coming towards the cold air mass. This time it's the other way around. We've got our cold air mass going to be coming towards our warm air mass. So we have cold air coming along here, like so. That's going to be running into this warm air. And just like last time, these air masses cannot mix. So again, basic physics, basic science, warm air is going to be rising because it is less dense. So when this cold air comes into the warm air, unlike last time where this air was able to rise, it can't rise because it's cold and it's very, very heavy and dense. So instead, as this cold air comes towards the warm air, it actually pushes the warm air up. So it's coming in towards it and it pushes up the warm air as it sort of comes in behind it. So this warm air rises up instead because it's pushing in towards it and it can then fill a gap beneath it. But this time, the warm air is being pushed up in quite a different angle to last time. So last time the warm front, it sort of raised up rapidly over the cold air and gently over the cold air. This time the warm air is being pushed up rapidly. So our cold front, when we draw this on, is a totally different shape to our warm front. And cold fronts, we tend to draw triangles. So this cold front here is now marking the boundary between our cold air and our warm air. So this is our cold front. So let's say that again. The cold air is pushing in to the warm air, and that forces the warm air to rise up. So the cold air can't rise, it's too heavy, it's too dense, so it comes in and pushes up the warm air ahead of it. Now this warm air is pushed up rapidly. And if you look at that, it's much more rapid than the warm front. And because of that, again, we get cooling, we get condensation, we get clouds, but it all happens much more quickly because it's going up so much more quickly. Therefore, we end up with very large towering clouds over our cold front. And that's why it brings heavier rain, because we end up with these larger clouds. So these clouds are called cumulonimbus clouds. Again, you don't necessarily need to remember that. Cumulo. But all you need to know is they are very big clouds, and they bring lots of heavy rain. So last time we sort of had some drizzly rain with some steady sort of rainy showers. This time we've got very heavy rain coming down from these clouds. Again, this whole thing moves in this direction. So our cold front passes over places and passes over the UK. Remember, everything on this side of the front is warm air. So this is warm air here. And everything on this side of the front is cold air. So again, when this front passes over somewhere, the air goes from being warm to being cold. So again, the cold front is in front of the cold air. So again, when we think about our place, like a town, as I say, or a city, or your house, like so, as the cold front passes over, we start off with clear skies. So there's no rain here, no clouds here, and it's nice and warm. We then get to a stage where, again, it's still warm until the cold front passes over. When this cold front passes over, we're now into cold temperatures. We get periods of heavy rain, and then as it continues to pass over, the rain stops, but it's still cold. So you need to think about these passing over a place. So warm air, no clouds, no rain. Still warm air, no rain, no clouds. Still warm air, little bit of clouds starting, but no rain quite yet. Cold front passes, so we're straight into the cold air, big drop in temperature, lots of heavy rain, and then as it passes over, the rain clears, we get clear skies, but it's still cold.